Penny's asking a question regarding the color space options. Although there's a mention of 3 here and 4 listed here, there's actually, in the latest version, 5 different options. I'm not really an expert on this, but I'll try to demonstrate the difference between them and also show you how you should look it up. Ideally, when you're setting up a project, you want to match everything to the recorded method, or the way that the media was captured in the first place. Was it 2K, 4K, 8K, whatever? What was the frame rate? What was the whatever? All of those attributes, you want to try to match them in your project to get the best output. That said, I'm not really an expert on this topic, but what we're talking about is the settings in the project settings under the color space. And in the color space, it starts with this SDR Rec 709. Well, SDR stands for standard definition, and if you're uploading media to YouTube, you know that you have SD, HD, and 4K. And those are your 3 options for outputting media there. So you basically want to imitate whatever format the media was recorded in. But the best way I can demonstrate the difference between these different settings is just to show you what I have on the screen here and how it alters. So this is a standard definition, and this is HD, or HDR is high dynamic, which is a lot of cameras have that. The iPhone, probably Samsung, also has it for their camera settings, and that's how they capture their media, which means that there is a lot more data within the media, and therefore it can be manipulated to a greater extent, adjusting colors and contrasts and export to size and stuff like that, because you just have that much more granularity in there. We're not just talking about pixels anymore. So we'll go through some of the different ones, but before I do that, let me just drag in what I have researched on this topic. This is probably a better way of giving you a definition of what the difference is between each of them. I just used the basic Copilot, a large language model that comes with Windows 11, and I just asked it to describe the difference, and I typed in all the different types. And here it gives you the definitions and what they're used for. And basically SDR is the old standard dynamic range, is the oldest format available. So what we're doing is we're catering to the lowest common denominator when we select that. And that is the default setting in Filmora. So then there are these 2 settings here, which are a little bit more for apparently digital cinema, and I don't know. I don't even understand some of the terminology myself because I'm not an expert here. But this is a format that's generally commonly used for modern displays like smartphones, monitors, and TVs. So you might be able to get something more out of it by using this format. Previously, we had the SDR and we had these HDR settings. So now they've expanded it to include these 2 other ones. It gives a little summary down here at the bottom telling you what the main differences are. But I don't really know what color gamut means. I guess you could research or look up that word. But I do understand brightness range. So if you're doing color grading on your images and videos, you probably have a better range to be able to do, bring out the blue sky instead of having it all white. Well, if you have one of these other formats in here, you can do better color grading on your pictures. But let's just take a simple demonstration between the 5 different types. So this is the SDR. This is what the image looks like. And we'll just go down and choose the different settings. we will go to this P3 option here. Now we can see it's a little bit brighter. You can see a little more detail of what's here. And likewise, let's just keep going here. And this is the D65. Okay, it takes a little time to get effect. You can see how it changed. And it became really dark. Perhaps I have more detail here, and if I go into color grading, I might be able to do some stuff with the exposure. And let's choose the next one. And since there is a delay, let me move this off of the image so you can see when the change occurs. Now we're getting into the high dynamic ranges, and we can see that, yeah, indeed, there is a lot more brightness there, more contrast. This is a nighttime shot, but all of a sudden there's more. So that was our first HDR. And let's check out the last HDR. And this is really sort of I consider the top of the line. This is the one that should be the brightest. It should give us the most ability to perhaps get rid of the blacks or whatever. Unfortunately, I don't have a blue sky here, so I can't. Basically, you just want to match whatever you originally recorded your media in, and that way it would give you the best results. So they're just giving you more options to do that.